pretty. Hey gardening gals and guys, it's Steph with Tiny's Garden, gardening in Zone B in the Chicago suburbs, and today I am changing out my planters for spring. I discarded the holiday stuff. I'm actually saving some of it because some of it I'll be able to use for next year, and now I happily get to plant for spring and summer. I purchased these planters last year. They're ceramic, they have the most beautiful pearlescent color, and they were stunning last year. I got 2 seasons out of them when I planted in the spring, which is great because I can plant them now, and today is May 5th here, and I won't have to touch them again until the fall. Ready for fall, and really just a quick switch of a few plants. I think I added 5 in and cleaned the old stuff up, and you get that. So it is a lot of bang for my buck and stunningly beautiful up here on the porch. So let's see what I have in mind for this year's pots. So the centerpiece that I'm going to be using in both of these containers is a plant that I found quite a few weeks ago now, probably a month and a half ago, early in the spring, and I have never seen these before, but according to the tag, it is a hand-grafted weeping pussy willow. You can see where those pussy willow gray little ornamental buds were, and now it's changing and flushing out into this green, but really stunning. Add some height to these containers. So I'm going to put this toward the back and really plant the bigger show in front as far as flower wise, but I think this is going to be beautiful. And also, if I'm reading it right, it should winter over for me, so hopefully I can even use these again next year. Here is what the tag looks like. If I attempt to winter these over, I will need to bring them inside over the winter because it does not want to be in a heavy frost in Chicago. Of course, we do get some pretty heavy frost, but I'm gonna give it a go because they were only $35, and I thought that was a pretty big steal for something as striking as this and as unique. These are full sun to part sun. Then over here we've got everything I'm going to put in the actual containers. Nothing too outrageous. I'm kind of going for a pearlescent type of theme here. Everything kind of shimmery, glowy, and I think it'll pair really nice with the dark siding, the black siding on the house, and in these pearlescent pots themselves. So first I have a beautiful, gorgeous tray of pansies. I was happy to get this flat for $21.99, which is really good here. They all look nice and healthy. A lot of them are in bloom, and I kind of wanted that instant impact up here. Then I couldn't resist these Senecios, which are Dusty Miller, and they are sun to part sun as well. They are the angel wings variety, and the texture on them is out of this world. It's like a velour velvet. Oh, love it. Got one for each pot. And then over here is where we've got some ivy that I'm gonna let train down the front, and also this gorgeous, oh, we're hooked, hold on. Dichondra Silver Falls. Look at this color and the texture. It's also like a velvet velour texture, but tinier, and is obviously different looking than the Senecio. Oh, love it, love it. So I'm gonna have 2 trailing on each side of, in between the ivy. And then lastly, I have Flower Power Compact White Osteospermum. Look at that gorgeous color, nice bright white with the purple or slightly violet inside. All these buds on there. That's gonna be gorgeous in this container. And I've got 4 of those, so I'll put 1 on each side of the Senecio in the containers. And of course the pansies will just go everywhere all around the outside in the front in a big circle, so I've got that splash of color. The last thing I have is potting mix, of course. This was on sale. It is the Fox Farm, what is it called? Ocean Forest potting soil. I've had really great luck with Fox Farm products that I started using this year, like the Coconut Core Coco Loco, and so I'm gonna give this a go because it was on sale, 40% off of $8.99, so these were like $6.50 each, and I'll just pot some fresh soil up into here to top them off and give these plants a lot of nutrients, as well as put some Biotone starter fertilizer in for all of these to really take hold and do well throughout these 2 seasons of spring and summer. Okay, now that I'm soaking wet from that bag, let's get started. These pots are looking pretty dirty down here, so I'm just gonna give them the once over, wash them off with the hose so we're looking really fresh for the spring. Little filthy up in here. Okay, let's add some fresh potting mix in first. And then we'll fit this in here, but I wanted to show you. These are hydrangea stems, and they're actually blooming with new growth. Isn't that funny? Super funny. Biotone starter fertilizer goes in first. Add fertilizer to the rest of this area, and then I have some space where I can add more potting soil, so I'm going to go grab some from the garage and top this up a little bit more. Let's grab these bigger things and go ahead and plant them now while I don't have a ton of soil in there, so I can easily pack soil around it. So I'm going to go Senecio in the middle and 1 osteospermum on each side of that. If they're really root bound, I'm just going to give them a little ruffle here so those roots can spread nice and wide. Now we'll add that extra soil in. Of course, I got some right on the Senecio. I'm never really tidy when I'm doing these things, unfortunately. Now I'll add my Dichondra silver balls and my ivy as they'll spill over the front, and then I'll come back in with my pansies and tuck in all over the place. Okay, I actually changed the spacing up front. I did the 2 ivies together in the center here, and then the Dichondra falls on each side, because I think that weight right in the middle looks better than the every other. That way I've got a little bit of waviness out here, a little more light, heavy front and center, a little more light over there. And now we'll come in with pansies all around. Oh, and my family's home. Hi! Hi, Bunny McButters. And now I simply backfill in with more soil. Here's how we're looking now. This will all fill in really nicely. I'm glad I had extra potting soil to pack in around those pansies, but the pansies will fill in, the Senecio and the osteospermum will add some height, and then of course the ivy and the Dichondra silver falls will continue to drape down the front of it. So we'll water all of this in and move on to the next one and do the same thing. There we go, nice and polished off, and that dirt even came off. I really need to get a head on that hose so that it's a little more gentle, but we're watered in here, and now I'm gonna move on to the next one. I'm loving it, I'm feeling it. It's like I wanted it to turn out, so that is a plus. It's a few days later and it's raining, but I wanted you to see these in the light, the finished product, because you'll see in the next video I lose light really quickly. I'm so happy with how these turned out. I'll give you an up-close look here. Both sides are finished. Loving the pop of color that the pansies give that down there. So far they're both liking this spot up here. So happy with that. So there they are in all their glory. I've still got some other things to finish on this front porch. These black iron containers, I just put my leftover pansies in there, but I want to get a thriller in those. I want to hang a couple hanging baskets off the front of our portico here if I can. So a couple more steps to get the front porch all buttoned up, but this definitely gives it a more finished spring look, or beginning of a spring look, I guess I should say. And that's what I wanted, to get the holiday stuff out, the spring stuff in. So we're welcoming spring here, and I'll get to the others when I can over the weekend. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to hit the thumbs up like button, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel to follow along with all things garden. Comment below and let me know what you're doing for your containers on your front porch or around your front entrance this year. I love hearing all of your ideas, and we will see you in the next one. Happy planting, everybody. Bye!